Hello everyone, welcome back aboard the night train for this month's edition of Railway Roundup. So without further ado, let's dive straight in. First up, a new appeal has been launched to raise £100,000 to restore the world's oldest railway station. Hayington Station, which sits beside the railway line at the edge of Newton Aycliffe, was built beside the spot where Stockton and Darlington Railway's locomotion number 1 was first placed on the rails in 1825. The station was built in 1826 by the Stockton and Darlington Railway to handle goods and passengers, becoming a blueprint for what we now call a railway station. Hayington remained in use until the 1970s when it became derelict. Since then, it has been restored in 1984 as an inn, but this closed in 2017, after which the site succumbed to vandalism and criminal damage. A volunteer group, Friends of the Stockton and Darlington Railway, has launched the fundraiser with the aim to restore the building for the Stockton and Darlington Railway's 200th anniversary next year, with ideas being thrown around for longer-term economic or community use. More details can be found on the Save Hayington Station tab on their website, linked in the description. It's great to see people still taking an interest in preserving their local history and the cultural significance of sites, particularly for those that extend beyond the living memory for everyone alive today. Getting this station building restored in time for the Stockton and Darlington Railway's bicentenary next year will be a great achievement and a great way to celebrate. The Tallaghclym Railway has launched their own appeal and associated plans for the future development of the railway's Tywyn Wharf. The railway plans to raise £500,000 over 5 years to modernise and improve a lot of their engineering and maintenance facilities, as well as other needed capabilities such as carriage storage, a paint shop that can be used year-round, and a locomotive shed and workshop refurbishments. They also plan to overhaul their visitor amenities, with visitor access to the original workshops, new accessible and visible entrances at Wharf Station, enlarged shop and cafe facilities, and also new historical attractions. The improvements are expected to cost around £4 million, with the rest raised through grants and the 75 Club, which will consist of regular donors. The Tallaghclym has now published artwork for what they have planned and hope to achieve, and how these changes may look once implemented. As forefathers of the railway preservation movement and constant innovators, the Tallaghclym is thinking about how to give itself a solid foothold for the future. There's more big news from the world of model railways, as Rails of Sheffield have announced they have brought the Hattons branding and name. Rails will now manage and operate the old Hattons site, including its remarkable directory of model railway releases, which will continue to be updated with information on new releases. The main change to this is that the directory will now link through to products available on the Rails website instead of Hattons. In an FAQ clarifying what this branding acquisition means, Rails highlight that the physical Hattons stores will remain closed and that they have not purchased the business. Account and order histories will not be transferred over to the Rails site as part of this takeover. Rails say to watch for further updates on the Hattons names, but it's good to know that the name will live on and won't fade into obscurity within the sands of time. The Bluebell Railway has announced its first special guest for its Giants of Steam Gala, due to be held in October this year. They will be welcoming the only working example of the LNER N4, Sir Nigel Gresley. The event is due to be held on the 13th and 14th of October, with an intensive timetable planned and more guest locomotives to be announced. Tickets are not yet available, but more details are expected to be announced in the coming weeks. Archaeologists in Belgium have unearthed the remains of an LNER container wagon found buried in a field. Despite being made from cheap wood not designed to last more than 5 years, this one has survived well over 10 times that long, with the paint and lettering all still visible. The wagon has been buried for some time and proved extremely fragile and largely disintegrated when the archaeologists tried to remove it. A very interesting discovery showing the rail connections that exist deep within railway history across Europe. Maybe some more British Railway artefacts are lying out there across the continent, waiting to be rediscovered. And that's the Railway Roundup for this month. Thanks again for tuning in, everyone, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Goodbye.